Now, the Italian town of Cremona, known as the birthplace of violin, is now home to a new centre of excellence where students can learn and study with the world's maestros. Now, the Stauffer Centre opened on October 4th and is entirely dedicated to stringed instruments. The centre will also encourage research into production of violins. Take a look.
This is Cremona, a small town in northern Italy that has been the centre of the world's string instruments. Ever since Andrea Amati designed the first violin in the mid-1500s, the city has never lost its supremacy in this field. It is home to 140 workshops where artisans of all nationalities design and make instruments in the time-honoured tradition.
Well, it all started back in the mid-1500s when Andrea Amati produced the first instruments that we know because he put a label inside the instrument, so that we know he existed, and there also are archival information. But he made the first, what we call true violin. And from there, his sons, and on through the generations from about 1550 to 1750, the very best instruments, the most beautiful and the acoustically most interesting instruments were made in Cremona.
The city will now be promoting excellence in string playing through the Stauffer Centre for Strings. The centre has opened its doors to students.
So after 50 years from the creation of the Stauffer Foundation and 35 years from the creation of the Stauffer Academy, we are about to open the Stauffer Center for Strings, the very first international center entirely dedicated to strings. Here, students coming from Italy and all over the world will have the opportunity to learn from the most important international artists, soloists, professionals, and have a very unique experience of training.
Francesca Dego is one of Italy's best-known violinists. She's a graduate of the Stauffer Foundation.
This wonderful masterclass for concertmasters, for orchestral leaders, which is of course one of the top jobs in the industry, and very few teachers, very few students actually get to access a course and to meet face-to-face with so many different leaders from the top orchestra. So this, I think, is extraordinary. There'll be workshops, there will be the possibility for especially international students coming here to meet other creative minds from Cremona, for instance.
Salvatore Cordo has been Italy's top violinist for decades.
It
has an incredible characteristic, because I think it's the only academy at this level where there are incredible teachers, the only one that allow the students to study free of charge.
The Stauffer Foundation goes back 50 years. It was founded by a Swiss-Italian entrepreneur and has promoted music since then. It will also encourage research and study into production of violins as well as music. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.